So here's my current idea as to what's going on with the speedometer cable. Tried the new E-clip, that didn't fix it. Tried spinning the thing manually, it does work. Somehow the rotation of the tire is not getting to the rotation of the speedometer cable. Here's my thought. So yeah, I noticed this a while ago, but I didn't really think much of it. This is very old and very kind of beat up and worn out. So maybe this is the problem. Because I noticed there's a hole in the front, but I didn't really think much of it because it's kind of roundish. Like, you know, most holes are. But I think that that hole used to be square. What's the best way to show that? There we go. So yeah, I think that used to be square because that would line up with the squareness of the speedometer cable. So I think over all of the years, this has been worn out to where it's pretty much just round now. So this would hug the wheel or the axle or whatever. It would hug here and it would turn with everything else. And then the squareness of that hole would hold the speedometer cable and it would force the speedometer cable to spin with it. So I ordered this about a week ago and it just showed up today. And I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know if this is going to solve my problem, but this is my current, it's what we're trying. So here's the new one. It's grease cap front L. Okay, so there we go. It looks to be the same size, but that hole is very much square. I think this might do it. So I'm gonna get that seated on there, get an E-clip on there, which I gotta track down a new one because it shot off. So yeah, so let's try this and then see if it fixes the speedometer issue. Well, so I got the clip on there, but I just noticed this. This moves. That moves. I need that to not move. I think I'm just gonna hammer on it and see what happens. Because if it's, you know, that thing's flared and then the part of the axle, I don't know if that's the axle, but whatever that thing is right there, that innermost part of the wheel that I'm trying to put it on, that's also flared. So if I can tap on this a bit and get it to really stick onto that flared section, I don't know. I bought this slug bug to learn as I go, so we will learn as I go. That's still very loose. Because if this doesn't turn with the wheel, then this is not going to work. Because this one was on there really tight to the point where I had to pry it to get it to come off. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off and hammer on this for a little bit, see if I can figure something out. Okay, despite hammering on it a lot, it continued to not sit tight. So I took it over to the table vise and I just gave it a squeeze. So now it still looks round, but I imagine it's slightly ovaled, and we'll see if it fits a lot tighter on there. Maybe this is worn down over the years, or maybe this is a size too big, but you know, if it's slightly ovaled, it should fit much more snug. Hey, okay, yeah, that's not going anywhere. We're making progress. Now I got to get the E-clip back on there. I think I might tap on this a little more, and then I think it's time to try it. So that is on there very, very tight. The clip is back on there. Let's go see if this takes care of it. Okay. I mean, reverse isn't going to show much, but we won't know until we get going forward. I want to put my hand on the seat, but that's where the camera is, so I can't do the thing where you put your hand on the back of the seat. All right, here we go. Oh, it's moving. All right, look, it's moving. See, we're up to 15. I'm on my little dead-end street here that I live on, so I can't go very fast or very far. I don't want to leave my little dead-end street I live on. But I think we're in business. All right. We'll kind of gun it down to the end of my dead end street here, and we'll go. Let's see if we can get her up to 20, maybe a little past it. Be a good test for the brakes too. All right, keep your eyes down here. Come on, look at it go. 25. All right, now let's test the brakes. All right, the speedometer is working. Woo! I checked that thing out. Okay, so now we know what it was. Yeah, I guess the problem was just the grease cap. So with that, let's see if I can get a little better view there. So with that being just worn out, it's still a little squarish, but apparently not squarish enough. So with that hole being worn out, it wasn't holding the square end of the speedometer cable adequately. So the speedometer cable would have been freely spinning inside of that hole, which was not it didn't work. So yeah, getting a new cap on there with a perfectly square hole to hold that speedometer cable. Why I had to slightly oblong it to make it actually fit on there snug, I don't know. Maybe this is just worn out over the years, or maybe, I don't know. But it's on there. It's on there very good and tight now. And with the clip on the outside of that, it prevents the speedometer cable from being sucked back in. So the speedometer cable comes past the outer edge of the cap and then is held in place. The cap itself is doing its job of holding the speedometer cable and transferring the rotation of the wheel to the cable itself, which tells the speedometer how fast you're going. So it took, there's a lot of trial and error involved here, but okay, we got this figured out. So on to whatever the next thing is.